Hi, everybody. Witch Jodi here. I hope you guys are having a very beautiful day. Nice and warm again today. Well, not real warm, but warmer. Um, Blessed Ostara. We just had Ostara this last week on Thursday, which is, was it Thursday? No, it was, I don't remember if it was Thursday or Friday. Oh my gosh, my brain has left me, you guys. But it was spring equinox. And I just wanted to say, blessed Ostara, happy spring equinox. I've been at Paganicon all weekend. I'm just coming off of that. So my brain's a little bit scattered tonight, but that's okay. Met a lot of wonderful people, did amazing classes over the weekend. And, I'm just happy. I'm blessed to have met so many new people and new faces and inspired people. And I'm going to have Kelly Wagner jump on with me today because she was there with me. And we're going to have some fun tonight talking about magic, talking about just beautiful things in the universe, and maybe some herbs, maybe some crystals. But we're going to focus in, I think, a little bit tonight on what Paganicon was and talk about teaching classes and what I do. And Kelly, you can pop on whenever you want. She is the wonderful creator, founder of the Edge magazine and of the Edge Network. And she helps so many of us people out in the metaphysical woo-woo world, if you want to call us that. But I don't call us the woo-woo world. I think we're more real. We're the real world. We're the real.
I love it. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, everybody grab your Edge magazine. I got a new camera, you guys, and I was noticing some of my interviews. I was like, this one's maybe a little too good.
It's like, beautiful. You're
a little bright. Oh, well, thank you. I'm like, it's a little bright. Thank you for inviting me in. And you guys, but pre-show, I told Witch Jodi, I was like, I don't know why, but I brought roses. I brought shungite. I brought a clear crackle crystal quartz and some citrine from Mount Shasta. And then Witchy. Oh my gosh, Witchy Jodi. Witch Jodi was like, I'm with my altar. So
I'm at my altar room.
I'm at my altar. And my crystal ball.
I got my fire quartz over here. And I've got a crystal haven up here. My husband told me I had to quit bringing home crystals. He said, you just have them down at the store. And I'm like, oh, okay. I got some amethyst. I have a spear problem. I'm going to be honest with you. I love my spears. But I got crackle quartz too up here, just like you do, Kelly. Here's mine.
Isn't that that's a fun. Oh, look at almost like they're like little twins. Oh yeah, we're geeking out when we're like, okay, everybody get your crackle crystal out.
Everybody get your crackle quartz crystals out.
Like, oh yeah, okay. And now all of a sudden we have a ton of comments.
Get your crackle quartz out.
Today is brought to you by Crackle Quartz.
Crackle quartz. I got carnelian. I've got it all up here. I got rose quartz, you name it. But this one is fun. Can you guys see that? And it's got different lights. It's an actual crystal. It's being bright. But this is a clear quartz crystal. This is one of mine that I use for scrying. It's a great big ginormous one. It's very heavy. And I love it. And I like to put it up here to meditate. And you can, get a whole bunch of different stuff, and it's got different colors underneath it. So I really enjoy that. So yeah.
Oh, okay. By just letting everyone know, when you see me doing this, I'm also DJing the show. So please be kind. Let's say hi to Alexandra Wanta.
Hello, Alexandra. Welcome in.
Absolutely.
Hello to everybody for that fact. We want to say hello to everybody. And hey, and all you guys watching out there, how many of you guys went to Paganicon this week?
Yes, drop it in if you went to Paganicon. Okay, with Jodi.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you. So I do events. I know events. You had Sunday at 10:45. Not only were you on the last day, but people enjoyed themselves on Saturday night. Maybe slept in a little bit. Yes. Just a wee little bit.
10:45. The first class on Sunday is rough because people are up until 2-3 in the morning having a good time. They do drumming circles, and it's not about the drink. It's about interacting with people and the energy and whatnot. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And you had standing room only. Okay, we're just getting a bunch of these highs from all these beautiful people that were at Paganicon. Hello to you as well. So yes, you guys, it's it's 10:40. You know, I had the vibe. I was like, I'm gonna call Jodi up and see if she wants me just to come and take pictures and, you know, because
Yes, I
Jodi's
did.
gonna start to work with some more fun things. And she's 10:43. Her computer is like crashing on her. She can't get Wi-Fi. She has her
Always.
whole presentation ready to go. Like, oh my, and the room is getting fuller and fuller and fuller. And then they're sitting on the ground and they're standing room only. And it's like, oh my gosh.
Well, then
Oh,
we just yelled out, who's got a hot spot? Somebody come
yep.
help me out.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for my friend Jen. She is from Portland and she comes every year to Paganicon from Portland. And so she helped me out with that. And then I also had somebody popped on here, Alexandria. Sorry about that, Alexandria. She came to my class on Friday, that one too. I've come up with a theme. I think Paganicon has gotten it figured out, Cal. They have
Okay.
me at first thing in the morning on Friday, the first day, and then they always have me on Sunday because there's so many that love my classes.
That's where I put my big hitters. Just
I
telling
think
you.
I think that that's why they do that because they can keep people there all weekend long,
I'm not a part of the big
which is a
thing.
good thing. It's a good
No, it's
thing.
a great thing. It's a compliment. Well, we try to
I'm not a part of the
position.
board.
No. And I'm not either. Like we're just, they're being smart. And well, if
Yeah,
you're going, you want to keep people, well, and they want to bring
entertained.
value. It's
Yeah.
entertainment, but they also want to give value to their attendees because people have to absolutely invest to be there.
Oh,
And it's smart
absolutely.
not to just stack it. Like I went to Days of the Dead down in Chicago, and
Yeah.
this was the, oh my gosh, my daughter is going to get like Terminator year, not Terminator year, but there was a big, whatever. It was a big guy in the horror scene, and oh,
Oh,
I'm
it
seeing
was
the
Wes
face.
Craven. It was Wes Craven that was down there, I think.
And they stack them the last day at 4 o'clock. They had this panel of, and it was brilliant because people stayed all
Oh, yeah.
throughout. And yeah, it's a smart, and it provides value, and it's good for the speakers, and it's all around. So good job to Paganicon team for having Witch Jodi at the end.
Yeah, no, I really did. I loved it. I mean, I did an herbalism class on Friday. It was green witchcraft, how to take your herbalism and, just kind of kick it into gear, so to speak. So I do a mix of actual herbalism and magic a little bit together, talk about both of them. And then my one on Sunday was called spell crafting, you know, spells that really work, and people loved it.
People, it was
It was
real
real.
world stuff, you guys, from have selenite at your door. And I mean, but you were just so, I mean, I was focusing on taking pictures, so I wasn't, but I noticed that you'd have a slide up and people were like grabbing their phones and taking
Oh yeah,
pictures. And it really was, and it's whether you are a witch or whether you are, I mean, like whatever your belief system
right.
is
It
or were, or it is, not was, oh my gosh, it
You
was
can
really
utilize it.
world. Yeah,
Yes,
it
and it's you can
really,
utilize it.
yes, it was very, I
Because that's one of the
that deck
things
you could turn into a guide.
I really love to teach. I mean, I've been a teaching witch here in the community for over 2 decades, which Kelly knows. So for you guys that are fairly new to me, yeah, I've been teaching for a long, long time. Before I ever had my store, taught around, the community, all that kind of good stuff. And to be honest, I love it because it doesn't matter to me what faith anybody is. I don't care what background you come from. I teach you real stuff that will work for anybody. You know, people don't
Welcome
realize.
mats. Welcome. I never thought
Yes,
about it. I went and threw my
you're
welcome
welcome.
mat home.
All right, let's do this. How many? Raise your hands. How many of you have a welcome mat at your front door?
Not
Okay,
anymore.
here's your key. You don't want one because you're welcoming anything in. And I'm talking negativity. You could be asking negative spirits to come in, negative energy to come in. You don't want that. So, you would rather have something at your door that says hello spring or, anything like that. Gina's like, no, not me. No way. She learned. I taught her that. I taught
We have
her that.
ladybugs now. We threw them out, and we have ladybug ones, and because
Oh, that's
ladybugs,
perfect.
right? So
Or your dog, wipe your paws, if you have dogs or cats or whatever, whatever you want. There's so many people that will be, I like some of the funnier ones that come out now. It's like no solicitors, we're going to sacrifice you to the old gods, and just different stuff to make it fun. Just don't have the word welcome. That you don't want to welcome in things you don't want in your home. And so, teaching that, and there's all age groups, that's going to be at this podcast. But here's another simple one. If you remember, so if you're too young that you didn't do this, but you remember grandma or your mom having potpourri, you know, the jar or the dish with all the flowery things in it. So you can have a dish similar to that at your front door, and you're going to add salt in it, some rosemary in it, some lavender, the different florals that you love, but the salt is purifying. And what people don't get is you have salt, and if you put rosemary in there, that's protection at your front door. It's protecting you from any negativity coming in. If you have a door frame, so behind me, yes, I still have my Christmas stuff up. My daughter was supposed to take it down and she didn't. So we got to get that down.
No,
but if
it's
you've got
spring.
it's spring. It's my spring
evergreen.
one. This
There
is
you
this
go.
is my Easter one. I'm going to put Easter eggs on it. I don't know, over here. If you see, you have this, your wood framing around your door, put some selenite up above it. Just take
So
some
where do you put the
selenite
selenite? Where do you, like,
right
the front door?
above the door.
Above the
You
door.
can't see it from up here, but where your frame is, I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I don't have a frame here. So
I put
this
mine
is
on
your
the table
frame.
right
So here's your
across.
frame, right?
Yeah.
I want you to think that this is your frame.
Yeah.
I got my selenite right here. So this is your wall coming up. This
Yeah.
is the top of the door.
Yeah.
Lay it right here on top.
Centered on the door.
Right over your door. You center it over your door. This is a big one. You can have little itty bitty ones. Some people have the problem where their wall goes straight flat, so that that door frame is outside, not inside. That's okay. Then put it just next to the door. You can set it on the floor. The whole point is when somebody comes in, it cleanses the energy. If it happens to be on top of your door, on that door frame, when somebody walks in, it's cleansing you from any negativity to keep the negative out.
Should we do these on all our doors?
Yes, I have it on all my doors. I have it on some of my windows. I have it
on the windows.
Door. And this is my favorite one. Maybe you don't get along with some of the in-laws because they're crabby. I'm just going to say that when you have stuff sitting around like that washes negativity away. So if you have one of those monster in-laws where they're always poking and prodding, you're not doing this right, you're cooking the casserole wrong, oh, you didn't vacuum your room right, or oh, you didn't dust right, whatever it is, okay? Because there's people out there like that. They're not trying to be mean, it's just the way they are, because they're just old school and they're just set in their ways. But when you have stuff sitting around like that, they have a tendency of wanting to leave a little bit sooner. I'm just going to tell you now. I have a lot of people that come back and go, thank you. Thank you. Another thing too, how many of you guys love rosemary? The rosemary bushes, you plant that by your front door. It is a protective agent to keep anything away that's negative. It can protect you from, it might protect you from the porch pirates, the people that come and steal your Amazon packages. Not only that, it's for prosperity. You're bringing the prosperity into your house. So wellness, abundance for wealth, health, and happiness. It doesn't always have to be financial. It could be all sorts of stuff. I love this. Somebody has got a black cat. It's Melissa, black cat, gnome, and Amoy, Moai. I'm not sure what that is, at the front door.
Okay, Melissa, tell us what an MOAI is. I have a feeling it's a feng shui thing, but
it's probably feng shui. It probably is. She'll let us know. I'm sure she will. I love that. Cindy has got cinnamon sticks and she renews them every month. You can also stand out cinnamon. You've heard me preach this before. Outside, you got to go outside your door and you're going to blow it into your house. A little bit of cinnamon, you blow it in to bring in prosperity for the month. She says it's an Eastern Island. Oh, it's an Eastern Island head. Awesome. Thank you.
Sweet.
So that's pretty cool. And Lynn just came in and said, it's Easter Island. Okay. So awesome. But yeah, but you have to admit the energy there, Cal. I mean, just beyond the class, the energy there was fantastic. So many wonderful.
So much gratitude. So much community. So many people that were able to let their authentic self shine. And they were loved for it and they were embraced for it. And that was cool. That was the energy. And there was gratitude.
Oh yeah, so much gratitude.
We got to, it was funny, like Jodi was done and of course took like a half hour to get out of the room because everyone wanted to connect with her. And then we're walking out and we saw the beautiful Llewellyn table and we plopped down by there. And then all of a sudden we just started talking to people.
It was an empty table with a couple of chairs. We're like, I just want to sit.
Yeah.
I need to refresh, drink some water and just chill for a little bit. And I think they thought we were an open panel. So people just kept coming up, which was fine because I ended up answering questions for people that they really wanted to. But I got to tell you, there was this gal that came in and I don't remember her name. She came to my Friday class and she just wanted to come up and say, I just have to tell you, you set the bar. I went to your class on herbalism and you set the bar and nothing that I went to was as exciting. She loved all the classes she went to, but she said that the excitement that I gave to her, you know, like I'm going to go home and do this because you really made me think about this, this, and this. And I'm going to make tinctures and teas. And I love doing that for people to get people to understand, even though I'm a nurse, even though I know all this medicine stuff, even though I know how to do all this stuff, you can do it too. Anybody has got the capability to do this. I'm helping you facilitate that so that you can do it also. And that is so important to me to be, and I'm sorry if I go up and down in color, but it's my crystal ball.
Oh, no, that's really cool. Oh, I'd tell you otherwise. I'd be like, Jodi,
yeah,
I writing little private notes. Oh, no,
I really love being able to do that for people. And I got to give a shout out. Patty Narogi. So if you do not
know how you say her name, I would have slaughtered it. She was so nice.
Oh my gosh. So she wrote the book Dollcraft. And if any of you guys, and I'm not trying to plug because I don't get paid for any of this, but if you've ever watched the Ghost Adventurers back in the day with the Zach Bagans and the crew, I call her the White Witch. She is the witch that would come and help Zach here and there. She's got white blonde hair. She's from Hollywood. Fantastic lady. She is a medium. She is a witch. Fantastic. She would go in and do different stuff for him. So she happened to be there because she's promoting her new book. Dolls creep me out. I'm not afraid of them, but they just creep me out. Never played with them when I was little. Barbies I did, but there was just something about it because
I braided their hair. That's all I did.
They were
I didn't
realistic.
play with them.
So yeah. I took this class with Patty and Heather, who was with her, and she's her publisher, and so she does doll collecting. And they talked about haunted dolls. I mean, I heard everything about the Annabelle doll, about the Peggy doll, about the Robert doll. I mean, I heard it all. It was fantastic. But she came to my class. And she is a witch, and she's a little bit older than me. I've been practicing for just over 50 years this year. And she came to my class and she walks up to me after class and she goes, oh my gosh, Jodi, I just need to tell you, I'm very particular about how people teach witchcraft because she has been practicing probably as long as I have been practicing. Okay. I started practicing in 1975. And she just says like, I love the way you do it. You're real. You don't put any of the fake crap out there. You're honest with people. You teach people that, yes, you can buy all the aesthetically pleasing stuff, but you don't need it. And I'm like, you don't. You totally don't. You can do everything on a shoestring budget. I am all about doing it for what you can afford. Because when I was little, I didn't have money to go do anything. If a rock jumped out at me and said, hey, pick me up, I was drawn to it, picked it up, didn't know why. Kind of like Kelly today. She picked up a whole bunch of crystals, brought it in. She didn't know why. Because I'm making you be on the podcast tonight and we're talking witchy stuff. And she's not a witch like I am. So she's putting on her crystal stuff, and learning so that, she can be a part of it. But I tell you what, it was fantastic just to have people come in and learn. And to have somebody,
they were frantically taking notes, Jodi. Like I notice these kind of things just because I am who I am. And when I saw like you put a slide up and they're all doing that, I almost was like, she'll send you the slide deck. And then I was like, no, she won't. Take those pictures. and then
it's funny because they'll do this too. Wait, can you go back? I didn't get that. What was that ingredient? Because they're writing it down frantically. It's comical. But I will go back and I do that for them so that they can see and whatnot. Um, but I love helping the people. And, I went to quite a few cool classes. I got to see Selena Fox. I went to her forest class and tree magic class. That was fantastic. Like I said, I did the doll craft. I went to Jason Mankey's class. Now that was really cool. He did a history of witchcraft, and he was talking about how it came to America and how it all started. And I am not Wiccan. So I like to put out there for people. A lot of people think that all witches are Wiccan. I am not Wiccan. Wiccan is basically off the Gerald Gardner whole
Yeah, tell
faith
take I want you to take the
practice.
stage and tell us more about that, because I think I assume that. So thank you for
Yep.
elaborating on that.
So a lot of people, so what I like to say is, so with Wiccan, some Wiccans are witches. Some witches are Wiccan. I am a witch that is not Wiccan, and you don't have to be Wiccan. And there are Wiccans that are not witches. So Wiccans actually look at nature as a religion. So they work with the elements. They're working with the earth, waters, air, fire. They're working with the elements of the earth. And so when they're doing their faith, it is it's a ceremonial practice. It is a true religion. When you're a witch and you're practicing witchcraft, you do not have to do any type of religion. It's completely up to you. But I learned a lot of stuff about this because it came from Europe. That's where it originated. And then it came over here, because you got to think about this. The states were colonized, right? So we didn't originate here. So this goes way back, and it came in. And he was doing some serious back education and looking this up. And Buckland, oh my gosh, I can't think of his Alexander. No, that's Alexander Crowley. It's Buckland, Raymond Buckland. He actually wrote a book. It's called High Priest. Jason did. And it's about how Buckland brought it over here. And it's really wild. You guys got to hear this. So I'm taking this right. This is all credited to Jason Mankey. He, honestly, God, he's like, so if somebody wanted to become a part of this higher order, to become a first, to be dedicated into Wicca, to be a part of this, to be a witch. And they would go into a place, they'd meet a random person, and they would have intimate connections, if you know what I mean, without saying words on camera. And you had to go through that process.
Nap time.
To be able to, there you go, nap time, special nap time. They had to go through that process to become initiated into the religion. Once they were initiated into, yes, Jen, you're right, relations. So once you got initiated into it, then you could go out and do your own thing and teach your magic and whatnot. And then if you wanted to initiate somebody into it, you'd have to have relations with that person. And that's how they work their hierarchy. In this day and age, things are going to be different because we are in 2026. There's rules. I am not a part of that order whatsoever, but it was fascinating to learn about it, that these people were bringing it over here in the late 1800s. And some of these people, I got to sit down and read the book now. It is called High Priest. It is by Jason Mankey. And if you're not sure how to spell his name, it's Manskey. Fantastic book. It's by Llewellyn. I'm super stoked to read it. He was talking about pieces out of the book for this presentation, and I was like, oh, I got to read that one just because I'm interested in the history. So for those of you guys that don't know, that I'm really into witchcraft. So I have the opportunity here coming up in just under 2 weeks now. I'm leaving on the 5th of April to go to Scotland, and then I'm going to go down into London, and I'm doing all the witchy stuff. I'm going to the Witchcraft Museum because there was a lot of burning of women for the witchcraft era back in the 16 and 1700s over in Scotland. So I'm hitting all the different things. I'm going to go do it all and learn about it and get as much as I can into it. There's like witchcraft stores over there and museums and just you name it, they've got it. So I'm going to meet up with some of these and get some really good history from that area so that I can understand what their culture is like compared to how we see it here in America. I think it would be really neat to compare notes. I'm really excited about doing that and then taking everything I learned from over there and bringing it here and educating you guys from what I learned. So you never know, maybe I'll do a retreat there too. I got to get my Salem retreat put together so that I can announce it because we're already at the end of March. So I got to reach out to the Hawthorne and get everything set up. So I'm going to be working on that this week. I plan to have it announced before I leave. And Kelly recently went out there. Kelly, tell them a little bit about Salem. This was your first impression going out there, correct?
Yeah, it was fun. It was really funny. I went out there. I was in Boston for a retreat with the amazing Kim Woods and astrology, and she lives like 15 minutes from Salem. So she's like, "Do you want to go to Salem?" And I'm like, "Yes, of course I want to go to Salem." And so we went in there, and it's I haven't been to that part of New England before, so it was really, 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 really cool. And yeah, when you're getting into Salem, you're pulling in, and you know it, and you can feel it and the energy. But what was so cool is that Kim brought me to seven stores, seven places that she thought that we did some networking for the magazine. And no lie, every single time I brought the edge out, I got Witch Jodi's Herb of the Month out, and they're like, oh, we love her. We love her. So finally at the third store, I get my camera out and I shoot a video. I was like, Jodi, guess where I'm at? Jodi. And seriously, you guys, if you want to have an authentic Salem experience in the Midwest, and getting out to Salem is not possible. Jodi's good. She's hitting it down to the wallpaper. No lie. The top places that I felt had your resonance, has your frequency, the ones that, it's like you go anywhere you go, you're going to see ones that you can just tell are a little bit more commercial.
Yep.
And then the people that are embodying it and living it and then really the authenticity, that's just the best way. And I'm not saying bad or good, because some people, their business model is to attract tourists. Okay. Yeah. But then there was other ones that you were like, this is the real deal. If I was a practicing witch, this is where I would shop. Right. This is where I would go. Yeah. These are the people I would ask questions to, rather than just buying a t-shirt that says Salem on it. Or, but I didn't tell you this. We went into this broom making place that was exquisite, and it was so cool, and all the supplies and their knowledge.
It's called the Witchery.
Yep, that's what it's called.
And it's down at the wharf.
Actually,
if you come to my store in Stillwater, you are going to see two brooms flying in the air. They were made there. My best friend Sarah and I actually made them. Oh my gosh, back in, I think it was in 2022 that we did that, because it was when I first opened. And so we have them hanging up in the thing. And then you can do that here at my store. So I offer a broom making workshop 3-4 times a year. So I'll probably do one. Maybe I might do one this summer, maybe around summer solstice, just for something different. And then I'll offer one in August, one in September, one in October, because they fill up. Those I can only do 8-9 people in the class at a time because I don't have enough room. But you actually make a full-fledged broom. It is so much fun. I work with Meckley brooms. In fact, you can purchase ones already done at my store by Meckley brooms, but I work with that company. I'm really good friends with the owner of that. And she is not from Salem. She is, I want to say, Pennsylvania, I believe is where her company is from, and all authentic. Like they give me the handles, they give me the broom corn, the corn broom or broom corn. There we go. And I get dyed ones, so I get purple and black too, so you can like add some color to it and whatever. Oh yeah, I go all out. I mean, if you want to be,
You
if
guys,
you can't afford to go to Salem, you come see me. You're
just
gonna
come
get
see
it.
you. I mean, seriously, and I'm not saying this because oh, hold on, I have to hide the banner so you can see what my name is. I'm fan of Witch Jodi. It's not just because I'm fan of Witch Jodi. I was really impressed. I have to tell you, and I'm just being really candid, and this is not us like bantering or scripted. I really walked through and I was like, she's hitting it. Like a small business owner to small business owner, you are really giving an authentic experience to your community. Like you really are. I mean,
And
it's really cool. Well
so,
done.
so if any of you guys have watched, now I know I've got a couple of people on here who have actually come out to Salem because they've been with my group. Um, there is a place, it's a clothing store. It's called Coven. Okay. And it's down on the wharf. I am very, very good friends with the owners. And when I first walked in, I'm like, it was before I even opened my store. And I said, I'm in love with your wallpaper because when I was a little girl, I had the same wallpaper in our dining room, but it was red. And I said, my God, it's the Damask from the 1970s. This is fantastic. And, I knew her and I had been talking about wanting to open a store for about a year. And she's like, Jodi, she writes it down. Here you go. This is the company I went to get my wallpaper. You go get it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, it's called Graham and Brown. So if you guys come into my store and you fall in love with the wallpaper, go to it. I'll tell you where I got it. It's called Graham and Brown. You can get black and silver, you can get red, you can gold, you can green, you can get blue, you can get all sorts of colors. And it's great. But there was something about that wallpaper, and purple is my signature color, of course.
You don't have the floating candles. That would be a little cool if you had those. Because like I
Oh,
found
you
that
mean
at
the
one of the
ones up in,
stores.
I have them. I just haven't hung them yet because I
You have to hang
wanted to
them.
get, because I had put that Gothic chandelier down so if
Oh,
you guys haven't been to the store for a while,
yeah.
I've kind of done, it's a work in progress. You got to remember, I
Well,
took
because
on,
you're constantly growing and it's getting
I'm
bigger and
growing
bigger and
and,
bigger. Hello.
and when I took on the bigger space, you can only do so much at a time. And I wanted to take black tulle and like
Hashtag
adorn
small
that.
business owner.
And
Right?
then I got a Gothic chandelier and dropped it. And so now I got that part done. And then I'm aligning it with dried flowers all around it.
Nice.
And then on top of it, I want to bring down the floating candles. That is the next step. But I had to get that tool up, and I just finally finished the tool just recently. So
I think you're going to be able to have like people are going to want to take social media pictures because they're super cool from because they look like they're floating. I mean, it feels very Harry Potter-ish, but it was. I shot a video, everybody. I was like, hey, Witch Jodi, it's Kelly from the Floating Candles. Yeah, it was fun. Well,
and I'm cautious about doing some of that because, that shop that she's talking about with the floating candles happens to be Lori Cabot's store. That's my Reverend Mother, so I don't want to copy her. So mine will be a little bit different.
You got to do things a little different. But it was cool. Like I walked in the room, I was like, oh, I have to shoot this. I have to say hi to Witch Jodi.
Yeah, no,
they were very lovely. And here's what was really great. And just to let everybody know, as I'm cutting Witch Jodi off on her own show, that I went to 7 stores, and 5 of them, when I talked about the magazine and I talked about Witch Jodi, they were like, yes, send us magazines. We will put them out. If Witch Jodi is a part of this, we want to promote that. So I'm just letting everybody know that I went to Salem. They didn't know who I was. I had some magazines. They were like, they knew her as Jodi Jacobson. They didn't know you as Witch Jodi. They knew as Jodi Jacobson. And they just were I was so excited. I like lit up like a flipping Christmas tree. So excited to be like, you guys, and just come back and say, she knows what she's talking about. So if you want to go see Salem, go to Salem with Jodi.
And the Salem thing, what I do is like so many people, like if you go out on TikTok and stuff, it's heartbreaking because you see all these people doing tours out there now and they're like, oh, and you can come with me and you pay me. And it's like, okay, yes, you pay me for it. But what they don't understand is I go out to Salem and I go to the witch house and the Peabody Museum gets the money for that. I take you to this House of Seven Gables. The House of Seven Gables is getting the money for that. The trolley tour, they get the money for it. I'm not taking you out there like a lot of these people and walking you around and you're just paying me to do all that. No, I take you. So the money goes back into the community, which is what I'm trying to do, is facilitate that community out there. And I've got some really great shop owners that I'm close friends with, and I work with them, and they give you private shopping. And so the people who have been on it, they're like, holy crap, we get private shopping.
Who's the
And
love witch? That is
that's Lorelei.
Lorelei.
That's called
She does
Pro
pet
Haven.
rescues. She
Yeah.
was cool too. I liked her
She's
story.
one of my Cabot sisters.
Oh yeah, of
So
course
she's a part of the Cabots. Yes. And so she knows me very well. Every time I come out there, Jodi, how's it going out in Minnesota? It's like, it's cold. And she goes, yeah, it can get that way. You know, she's a fabulous. She's just fabulous.
She had great energy. Okay, hold on. You have the Cauldron Group is this Saturday. What time?
Yes. So
And
it's
it's
not
the
Saturday,
29th?
honey. It's Sunday, guys. Janet,
Oh,
it is
Sunday,
on Sunday.
sorry.
Sunday the 29th. It's at 10 a.m. It is free. So I do Cackle and Cauldron. It is at my store. So it's 324 Main Street South in Stillwater. So it's inside the Grand Garage. There's a building. It says Grand Garage. You can't miss it. There's like an empty storefront because that was a bridal shop. And then there's the Tiki Bar. You walk in and go to the back. It's like walking down Diagon Alley, and you'll find my little space in the back. And I say, bring your coffee, bring your tea, bring your Diet Coke from McDonald's, whatever you need. And it's just an open forum. So everybody can come. We sit and chit chat. We'll probably talk about some spell work. We just had Osara. You know, anything goes. I know Jenna's coming. She is my nurse practitioner friend that we do classes here and there together. And we were going to do a women's health class this Saturday. And I'm like, we got to push it off till next month because I'm not ready. And she goes, oh, thank God. Because I'm going to she's going to go do some stuff in Minneapolis on Saturday for those of you guys that realize what's happening.
Jodi,
so she's a part of EMS.
You know, I'm just planting this live. I think we need to do a menopause class.
That's what that class is.
Okay. Like,
it's a woman menopause class. That's what this is. That's what we're postponing until next month.
Oh, okay.
It is.
You didn't tell me that. I'm just like, it's like coming in. I'm like, oh, we need
it's
to do
about women who are premenopause, you know, so perimenopause, menopausal, and postmenopausal. And we were talking herbs and holistic healing and how to get through it, how to handle your emotions, how to handle the hot flashes. We are even going to go into, I'm going to say the word, guys, we are going to go into the sex drive and what you can do as a female so that you can be more comfortable during all these transitions, because it is a lot for a woman to go through. Some people, unfortunately, get thrown into menopause at a young age. Sometimes their genes are like that. And I love Lynn. Lynn's like, we are cronangers. She calls us cronangers instead of, you know, teenagers. We're cronangers.
Oh my God.
You know?
Well, no, I love that we live in a time where women are talking about it and we can be open about it. And it's not taboo.
And we need to. It's not taboo. And it will be a safe environment.
And men go through it as well, but nobody talks about that. We can talk about that. Men go through it as well.
Men do go through it too, because, you know, they want to support their spouse. They're like, we don't know why they're having all these feelings and whatnot. You know, you go through some depression with it. You know, people don't understand, like, one of the biggest things for women, it's like, even if you are my age, and I'm 58, and I was going to be, and I went through menopause, you guys, I was 32. I was very young when I went through it, and it was surgical. I didn't get a choice in it. It was a different situation.
So you woke up from surgery and all of a sudden you're in menopause. So you didn't get that gradual.
Yep.
Okay.
And they do it different now than when, because, you know, that was 26 years ago that happened for me. You know, they do it so differently now because they try to keep your ovaries. I had everything removed from the cervix through the ovaries. Everything was gone. And they cut me from hip to hip. I didn't have any of the slaparoscopy ways. It was the whole kit and caboodle. I'm okay with it. I went through it, but I look at women who could be my age right now, and they're going through this change of life. And even though that they don't want to have a baby right now, it's the fact that you've taken that capability away and they no longer can bear a child. It's a psychological thing. There is so much with menopause that people don't understand and need to process. I got married to my current husband. I met him, he was 40, I was 39, and I had had this surgery quite a few years prior to this. And I was working at St. John's Hospital at the time. And so we just got married. So I would have been about 42. We were together 3 years before I got together, or I mean, before we got married. And I happened to be on the floor, and you know how it is when somebody at work gets pregnant, it's in the water, and all the girls were getting pregnant. And it really disturbed me. Now, I was in my early 40s and my children were older, and it wasn't like I necessarily wanted to have a baby, but it was just the thought process I couldn't. And my husband had never been married and had never had children before me.
Yeah.
And so then I felt like I did him a disservice. So I really went through a lot with that. So I look at women for that. I remember I was with Kelly. We were at the Minneapolis Women's College, which is no longer. Um, but you and I did it was sex, menopause, and women's sex and menopause weekend that we had over there.
That was
And
a
I
great
had
show.
it was a great show, and that's basically the class I'm bringing forth, and then
Good.
Jen and I are doing it together, so you can talk to. So I've got a nurse practitioner who can write scripts, and she can actually get you down the right angles and whatnot, because I'm an RN, I can't do that kind of stuff. But if she can get you to the right places and that stuff if need be. But one of the things that I'll never forget is I had this absolutely stunningly beautiful woman, and she was 78 years old. And she comes up to me and she goes, "Honey, I need to ask. I need to keep my man happy." And I said, "What do you mean you need to keep your man happy?" And she goes, "It hurts a bit when we're having sex." And I'm thinking, "You're 78 years old and having sex? I don't want to be having sex at 78. But she goes, "Well, my man's younger. He's 66. And I'm like, "Girl, you go.
Good for you. Good
You
for
know
you.
what?
You go.
Bravo,
You do it.
bravo." And
Like,
I gave her, some different tips and whatnot, on how to make things pleasant for her. And she got my email. And so we emailed. And after I gave her those tips and whatever, she came back and she goes, "Honey," she goes, "I don't know what I would have done without you. Things are fabulous. It's like we're on our honeymoon." And she was just like, all,
like, isn't that great?
love and, happiness. And so, yeah, I just tell you, it's wonderful when, we can help. I'm getting a little warm. I got to flee my outer layer here. Whew, got a little hot up here. We're talking menopause. So apparently I'm going to have a hot flash. I don't get them anymore, but the coat is not coming off. It's giving me a problem.
Yeah.
I'm in a straight jacket. It's okay. It's a little crazy up here. No, I'm just
You're
kidding.
like, not the first time I'm in a straight jacket. Woo.
I put them on people before. I haven't had to wear one. Well, maybe in
Woohoo.
nursing school, they put us in one so we could feel what it felt like. I don't remember, too many years ago. But yeah, no, that's exactly what this class is going to be. It's going to be talking about hot flashes, about the migraines, about the body changes we go through, about sex. We are going to be talking about all of it, and how you get through it, and live a happy, healthy sexual and female life. It's
Yeah.
all about femininity. So yeah, we are definitely doing that. So, but yeah, gosh, Kelly, we had a lot of fun though. I mean, it was wonderful hanging out together on Sunday for a bit and doing.
It was totally fun. We went full spectrum and we came up with
Mhm.
some ideas. And that's, one thing that I do want to drop into the chat for everybody, and they can't vote yet, but you guys,
Yes.
Witch Jodi. So the Coalition of Visionary Resources is a really amazing organization to support. And I just dropped it into the chat for everybody. Oh, wait. I don't just have to drop it in the chat. I can put it right here.
Thank you.
Super easy website. And it is, I don't want to say it's like the Academy Awards for our industry, but it kind of is. It's really important. And it has really great support from Llewellyn and Half Price Books and Wiser and like all of these beautiful publishers. And there's a lot of different categories, and they expanded it this year because they really want to shine a light. Oh, we're going to say hi to Chris.
Hi, Chris. How you doing?
Hello. This year. And Jodi is up for 4 different categories. And when voting happens, and I think voting's going to start in the next couple days, like set a calendar invite for April 1st. But Jodi's up for some awards, and it would really, really be lovely to spread the love. And please vote for her. If you're a member, great. If there's free memberships, and then you can be in the know. If you're a small metaphysical business owner, whether you're a practitioner, whether you own a store, like whatever you may do, you're an author. It's a really great community to join. I've joined it. I'm one of the board members. I love it, and I really believe that I'm an ambassador. And it's enabling me to, like, I went to the Conscious Life Expo in Los Angeles, and because of my affiliation and my connections, I co-hosted a podcast. I was on a panel. I was able to work a booth. Like, I was able to do all of this beautiful networking. And as small business owners, we get it that every penny that we spend it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So be curious, join cover, and vote for Witch Jodi. I'm up for a couple myself, but that's okay. Worry about Witch Jodi.
I'm really excited because I think the two that I'm most excited about is being recognized for my store, for one, and then my other one is about being a visionary, practitioner, being Witch Jodi. It's great. I think I'm up for being an author with Llewellyn, or not Llewellyn, I apologize, with you, with The Edge, and then this podcast is. But I'm, just to be recognized at all, you guys, that is
the fact that you got into 4 categories is fantastic and awesome. And it's really I think it's a great organization that I believe in. And then you're going to be at the Namaste show where they announce the
winners. So right? I will be there. Yes, I'm going to be there in Dallas. The first, it's like the first week of June. So it's like, what is it? The 4th through the 7th or something, or 6th through the 8th or something. I just know it's the first week of June, and I'm going to be
hot. It's going to be hot in Dallas. Woo!
That's what air conditioning is for.
Yeah.
And I'll just have to get a portable fan with a little spritz or something. I'll make it work. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. No, I'm really excited about it. And, I love giving back to the community, and, that's what I do. I work with Valley Outreach and with, Community Thread in Stillwater to give back to communities who, and people in the community who are in need. I do an awful lot of that. And so if you guys do, I got to give a shout out. If you guys do come to my Cackle and Cauldron on Sunday, if you guys happen to have any extra feminine hygiene materials, or if you guys have some extra cans of food, I don't care if it's cat food, dog food, I don't care if it's human food, whatever you can spare, I actually go up to the Valley Outreach and I give that back to those families that are in need and that are struggling.
There's a lot of families in need right now, you guys.
And trust me, I just went to Sam's Club and I dropped quite a bit of money at Sam's, and I'm bringing that over to Valley Outreach on Monday when I go with all of our stuff, because I want to give back. I'm fortunate enough that I can afford to do that. And so, not everybody has extra, but 1 can, 2 cans, of those peaches or whatever, maybe it's something that you don't eat anymore. Mandarin oranges, I don't know. You bought it for some holiday thing and you never used it, donate it. Somebody else could really use that. And I want to keep, bellies full for little ones and for families. I had a wonderful, I want to just say one really quick thing here. I had a wonderful gal who did a money altar, and she donated, she built up some money, and she came to me and said, I want to give this to somebody in need. I know you're going to put it to the right place. So I matched it and gave a little bit extra. And I don't want to give out names because I'm protecting people. But I went to an organization and said, who can I help with this? Who is the one that's like really hurting? And we prevented a family from basically going into an eviction. So, I give back wherever I can because I want to help. I've been there, you guys. Years ago in the early 2000s, I'd go days without eating to make sure my children ate. I was going to the food shelves. I didn't know if I was going to be sleeping in a car. I've been there, and it is not fun when you can't even make it from paycheck to paycheck. That's why I give back, because I don't want anybody to go through what I went through. And so I just, I try to take care of people. When you're a nurse, you just always do it. And it's just my heart.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay. What else is going on before we wrap up?
We talked about Cackle and Cauldron. We've talked about the class coming up. Oh, that class, the women's class. If you guys are interested, Jen and I just talked about it. It is going to be Saturday, April 25th. I know that for a fact. I know the date. We nailed the date down. So it will be 10 o'clock in the morning at my store. It's April 25. I don't have the full name for it. I'll probably call it, women and menopause and something on that order. You'll find it within the net. Well, I'm going to have it posted before I leave, so it'll be posted by probably the 1st of April. So you can go to my website and you'll be able to find that. That's where we have all our classes listed. I hope everybody has enjoyed Ostara or spring equinox, and I hope you guys are getting warm. I know it's melty outside. Keep your sinuses clear. Eat that echinacea. Eat those elderberries. Stay healthy through all this crazy spring weather. And if you can find a little peace in your heart and you want to help a witch out, give me a vote. Give me a holler from the Kovar Awards. I'm really
Stop
excited
by the store.
about it.
I'm super excited. Stop by the store.
I'll be there this weekend. I won't be there Sunday. I guess I will. I'll be there Sunday because I got to come for the thing. I don't stay the whole day Sunday, but I will be there probably till at least 2:00 in the afternoon. I'll be there all day Saturday, all day Friday. I'll be there, and I'll be there Thursday.
Okay, what's the address?
324 Main Street South, Stillwater. It's right in the big old building called the Grand Garage. It's on the south end of 95, right when you're coming into Stillwater. And Diane says, be well and thank you. Well, thank you, Diane. Same to you. You stay well. And Kelly, thank you. Thank you for this amazing opportunity to be doing Tea Time with Witch Jodi and just being for who you are, because I just love helping people.
Well, we love you. Okay, Witch Jodi. Okay. Another Tea Time with Witch Jodi in the can. Well done, everybody. We had people watching. I was watching the channels, all the different channels. People were watching and engaging, and I love the comments and I love the engagement. So please we're going to be back next month. Please go to Witch Jodi's store, support her with cover, and we'll see you soon.
All right, guys. Have a great evening.
Something new is unfolding at the Edge. The latest issue of Edge magazine is here, filled with voices that awaken your heart, expand your mind, and remind you that you're part of something much bigger. Explore conscious living, holistic wellness, energy healing, spirituality, and the art of awakening, all in one inspiring space. Awaken, discover, connect, and be curious. Print editions are now on the streets, and you can also read it online at edgemagazine.net. Welcome to the Edge. We have been waiting for you. You are right where you are supposed to be. Welcome home.